Good morning, Captains. It's me, TONIK TZW. Now, the reason this video hasn't got the splash screen the same as all my other ones is because this is on a separate free-to-play account, an account that literally has zero money spent on it. But I am lucky enough to have a few premium ships on there, which came from free campaign crates and event crates. We're running the Tier 5 West Virginia with William Sims. As you see there, we got him at 15.2. Both our inspirations there are at level 11. So I have put stuff into the commanders to make this battleship playable. We're here on hotspot. It is domination. And although I haven't put medals and scores and XP and things on the splash screen either, because it's on my separate account on the PlayStation, so I don't have access to the graphics on this account. I'll have to sort that out. This turned into a pretty damn hot game. There's going to be some awesome shots. There's going to be some awful shots. There's going to be some terrible moves, some great moves. And there's probably going to be what I think is the worst salvo that I have ever fired in over 20,000 games in World of Warships Legends. And I couldn't believe how bad it actually was. I was actually telling myself off for being such an idiot and pulling the trigger at the time, but that's a little bit later in the game. It's early morning. I've got my coffee. I always try to get a video done at the start of a day before I have to begin work. But today I'm on a day off, so I'm having my coffee, and oh dear, Omaha sailing broadside, but he disappears. Blind firing puts our shells straight onto that island instead. If only he could have been kept spotted for a moment longer. So it's a shoot and a miss there, and now we've got to wait for the reload. Now, you'll notice that there is only one destroyer in this game, and you'd think, that by the time people get to Tier 5, they understand a little bit of the game mechanics, and that the destroyer would actually go out and help to find their destroyer and get rid of it, which would give us control of the map, because Red Team would then be blind. People say playing low tiers is like seal clubbing, but I disagree. There are a lot of players who come down and perhaps pad their stats in some of the biggest, most powerful ships in the lower tiers. This is a free-to-play account. You've seen for yourself that my commanders aren't the best. Yes, it's a premium ship. It's a good premium ship, and this is proof that it's a good premium ship because Mr. Omaha there has made a bit of a mistake and goes out for a first blood and dev strike. Yep, that's what normally happens to Omahas. I have played the Omaha and proved that you can come top of the board in an Omaha in a Tier 4, Tier 5 game. There is a video out there somewhere. But here, there is the destroyer, and if you look at where our destroyer is, he was sat in a smoke screen on the edge of the capture point, contesting it, which is just telling everybody where he was. And I'm telling people, please put some fire onto this destroyer. We've got cruisers behind us, but the game is turning into an absolute shambles. I know that there are torpedoes coming down here now. Had I been in a cruiser, that guy would not have survived. I can't deal with him by myself. He was spotted for long enough. Nobody put any shots onto him, and knowing that the torpedoes are coming, we're going to try and get 2 turrets on this guy. No, we've angled for all 4. Let's see what we can do. Flat broadside to us. Let's give him a tickle. That wasn't too bad, but it wasn't perfect. Here come the torpedoes. Now we're going to turn out of those. But trust me, there are going to be more torpedoes coming our way. The carrier is giving us a very, very hard time. We're waiting for this reload coming in. There's the second set of torpedoes, so we're going to have to straighten up. We were going to turn back to what is the right side of our screen, but we're going to straighten up, let those torpedoes go past us, and then we're going to turn out again. There is a Huger out there, which is the one ship that I'm really wary of, but we've got control of 2 caps. We are a ship down compared to Red Team, but we're going to try and make that difference up and push back. 60k damage already, and 2 kills. And we're going to add to that kill tally very shortly with this furry taco, because he is just static in the middle of the map, and I'm guessing that literally they do not know what they're doing. They're creeping along. I did say static. It looks like they might be creeping along at like quarter speed, just baiting fire and spamming HE out there. But he's not going to be doing that for long, because that is another drop through the Citadel and our 3rd kill of the game. And the next guy in my sights is the TONIK. Now, I was running full salvos there. I'm now switched to 2 turrets at a time because of the way in which I was firing at targets. And there is the destroyer coming down after our carrier, and I'm looking around and I'm sort of thinking, well, where has everybody gone? There's still 5 ships in the game, including the carrier. Where is everyone at? And they have run up the flank, trying to push red team's home cap. And I'm like, will somebody please take a shot at this destroyer? Oh, look, he's a cruiser coming to help. Do you know what? No, he's not. He's not going to help at all. I put 2 turrets, barely miss out on killing that destroyer there, but we only had armor piercing loaded. Had it been high explosive, that would have easily been kill number 4. He goes out to a detonation. The cruiser did pick him up there, I think. So we get what we're starting to call a fisting or a hand job from Wargaming for that one. Now we are up to 90,000 damage. We lost that cap on the right hand side because the destroyer came through it, and I will ping the map and tell one of the cruisers, hey look, go here, take it. But then a Königsberg comes out and I'm like, what's he doing? Get the guns round. And this was like watching those 2 gun sights roll slowly together, and I'm just thinking, stay where you are, stay where you are, stay where you are. Bang. You know what's coming. He takes a good hit off the cruiser, but that's a high caliber, and kill number 4. There are 3 ships left in the game: Huger, König, and a carrier. There was a guy in, I want to say it was a Mackinson or something like that, up on the left flank pushing around for Red's home cap, and he was screaming for me, I need support. From me, I need your support, I need your support, I need your support. And I thought, I'm in the middle of the map, it's going to take me like 4 minutes to get there. What kind of support do you need, and why did you push without support? It was evident where red team's big ships were. Bring the turrets around again. We've got the König. He's made so many mistakes. That guy there that pushed round, that was screaming for help, is going straight in, and he's going to go for the ram and see if he can go for a kill. We've put shots onto the König, thinking we can finish him out before they make contact, but yeah, doesn't happen. I pick up a Confederate. That guy goes out of the game. The König is ticking, and do you know something? At this moment in time, I'm thinking he may be ticking, but I'm on for a Kraken. I'm not letting this one get away. This is a free-to-play account, and I've earned it, but we don't get the reload in time, and he goes out. Which leaves us with the carrier and the Huger. The Huger has been using his range running along here at the back of the map. Now, he is my biggest risk. The carrier is my lowest risk, and I can afford to basically push forward and trade a few hit points here. The carrier is the kill that I want. I want him to be spotted, but obviously with that cruiser being low health, he doesn't want to push against the Huger. He doesn't want to push against the carrier, because 1 bomb drop, 1 torpedo drop, and he is out of the game. But the other cruiser has decided to push back in to, I want to say Bravo cap, I can't see from here where I'm sat on the sofa, push back into the red cap on our right hand side, and he is going to flip that and try and bring the game back to us, because the more caps we control, the quicker those points are going to count up. Now, I was pushing up here thinking the carrier is sat there on the corner, but he is pushed into the capture point to contest. And I was like, yep, slam the engines, full reverse. We can't get a shot yet. We're going to have to hold it, hold it, hold it. Now, the cruisers have turned to launch torpedoes at him. Absolutely no point. Stay on the guns, guys. You know, in the time it's taking you to turn and put torpedoes on, you could have been on the guns and had him killed. But because you've been wasting your time, I'm going to have that one. Don't even need to look. That is the Kraken on the free-to-play account on the West Virginia. And I think I'm something like 600 games in, and that is Kraken number 9 on the free-to-play account. So including the 217 I've got on my main account, what's that? 217, 226 Krakens in total. And to be honest, when it's on a free-to-play, yes, I'm in a premium, but it just goes to show that you can play, and you can play well, you know, in a free-to-play account. I'm not making as much out of it with regards to credits and XP and all that kind of stuff, but it really tests your skill when you haven't got the access to hundreds and hundreds of pounds worth of premium ships, or you haven't got access to bureau ships, because it's literally going to take you 4 or 5 months to research one of them. Hugo here, back of the map the entire game. Probably the most powerful ship on their team. Would I say that I was the most powerful ship on our team? Potentially. Tier 5 versus Tier 5, and because he's been going away in England, I did load HE there to try and start a fire on him, because I was thinking, okay, if you're going to run away from me, I'm going to start a fire on you, get that tick in. We're on 110,000 damage, 5 kills, and yeah, we don't need to win harder, do we? We don't. We could just literally turn around and sail away at this point. And we would win, wouldn't we? Yes, because we're, 180 points clear of Red Team. And there'd be absolutely no point in sacrificing a ship by trying to chase down a Hugo who's full health when I'm only half health. Literally, I'm practically almost exactly on half health. I'd say 51%. Excuse me while I drink my coffee. But as I was saying just now, at the start of the video, you're going to see some good shots, you're going to see some okay shots, and what is going to come up, as I said, is probably my worst salvo in definitely over 20,000 games, and including the games on my main account and this account, we're probably talking 21, 22,000 games. And this is the worst salvo that I can remember. Now, I was looking at what this Hugo was doing. We've obviously got our carrier still in the game because he was protected, and we did manage to get rid of their destroyer who came chasing after the carrier. Don't do it, guys. Leave the carrier, go out, kill the big ships, spot for your team. Leave the carrier to last, because it just makes it all that more satisfying when you roll in and dev strike them from 2Ks with your torpedoes. That's what I like to do. I include it in my compilation videos. The carrier does not have to be the one to die first. Generally, T3, Tier 5, carrier isn't going to win the game for the team. You can afford to leave them. Support your team. Here comes that salvo. We're thinking, yep, we're good. Looks like we're clear. The mountain icon disappears. But look at that. Every single shell straight into that hill. Now, you saw me lift up my gun sight to make sure that it showed me that I was clear of that hill before I pulled the trigger, because I was going to go through the superstructure and then bow into him as I came around the corner. So Wargaming was lying to me on that one, because there wasn't a single shell made it over. The Hugo is getting fire from the cruisers. Now, yeah, I'm making a bit of a mistake pushing out against this guy. I'm in secondary range. He's in my secondary range. Both the cruisers are pretty low health. The clock is ticking down. If we're talking a 30-second reload, we're within the last minute. This Huger is not going to get 2 salvos in that time, and we are just going to continue to chip away at him. He knows that he's going to have to angle against us. He's fired his guns against the cruiser. Even if he manages to start putting in a full turn against me to try and get a YOLO salvo in, I don't think he's got the ability on points to pull it all back. Secondaries, last salvo, there we go. We get a close quarters badge to go with it all. Just under 128,000 damage, high caliber, Confederate Dev Strike, First Blood, Close Quarters, and Kraken Unleashed, number 9 on the free-to-play account. And we actually pull a pretty solid 2,900 plus base XP out of that one. So even their top spot wasn't even going to be coming close to that one. So it just goes to show that even if you've got lower tier ships, that you can still have a high class game. So I'm going to drop this one on for the weekend. I've got Charlie this weekend, so I won't be around out there on the sea. I hope you all have a great time in Legends, and I'll catch up with you next week. Until next time, take care and goodbye.